Yo, what is going on? What is going on? It is your guy David from Top Bunk Sports, and I got my guy Chris and AP. What up? What up? What up?
Yo, what's good, guys?
Chris with the energy. Me, I just look stressed out. I think that this month has taken years off of my sports life. Like I'm really about to just stop watching sports in general, but that could change tomorrow. So we'll see
Yeah,
what happens.
if y'all pay attention to AP's beard, you could kind of tell the stress he's been going through. So forget about the hair. You could just tell by the beard. You ain't gotta look at nothing else. Um,
Just gotta say game one.
that's it,
Anyway,
right?
let's
Exactly.
talk
But
about the Mets
shout
because
out to
any other
Amish.
sport is just gonna drop me back.
Before we get into all the Mets stuff that we're gonna talk about today, shout out to Amish. As of right now, he's having technical difficulties, but if he could pop in, he will pop in as we do this recording.
It's hard to get electricity when you bank on, your
Yeah,
cow
you
just
got it.
like pumping that shit out. So shout out to you, Amish, wherever you are. We feel for you, brother. But
Shout out to the
nothing
cows, man.
beats fresh milk.
Shout out to the cows, man. I had a steak today, man. It was pretty good. Anyways, we'll get straight into it. No delays, no nothing, man. Pretty interesting couple of series that we have missed. By the way, we apologize for that. We had to take care of some personal things here at Seven Express, but the content never goes away. We're obviously gonna recap everything that we missed, including this funny little series that we just went through with the Chicago White Sox. But we'll obviously break down each one. So we'll start off with the most anticipated one that we've been waiting for since Juan Soto signed as a New York Mets. And ladies and gentlemen, he went to the bad side. He went to the dark side and he faced his quote unquote fears in the Bronx. And I wasn't the result we wanted, as you can see
He
by this.
forgot his Metro card.
Yeah, he forgot they gave him the student metro card, not the regular one. As you can see by this graphic that I made here, obviously it kind of recaps all three games. Game one, we lost, we got our asses completely handed, 6-1, and then game two it was kind of back and forth until
The
Francisco
Griffin Cannon
Lindor.
game.
Yeah, until Griffin Canny pitched a hell of a game, and at that, Francisco Lindor in the top of the ninth inning with a sac fly to put us up 3-2 before Edwin Diaz came in the bottom of the ninth and closed it, and then obviously we got our asses handed to again. Jeff McNeil, we were down 2-0. Jeff McNeil came and tied it 2-2. It was the Jeff McNeil game at that. He was the only one that showed up with 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Before Cody Bellinger, you know, broke our
Broke it
hearts.
open. He broke it
Yeah,
open late.
and
I mean, it was a close game, and I want to at least shoot the Mets a little bit on that third game. We really did make Freed pitch and pitch and pitch, and we kept it close. We just couldn't score any runs, which
Oh, shout
seems
out
to
to
be a
Peterson.
theme.
Peterson matched Freed pound
yes,
for pound. So
It's
it
so
was
much so that you remember that ESPN made it a point to show Freed being in the dugout talking about they're tipping the pitches. Do they know what's coming? We had that dude shook in the dugout. The problem that the Mets have had consistently, and it continues to rear its head in every single series, so much so that Swaggy V, I'm not calling him that ever again. I never want to call that man anything. Um, had to talk about, well, the minute that we start hitting with runners, why don't you try doing it now, dude? Like, come on. The runners in scoring position has been god awful. The approach is not there. I don't know what they're doing. It feels like and this is like a Groundhog Day because we keep talking about it so much so that we had to take a 2-week break because it's the same thing over and over and over again. It doesn't change. What's the problem with the Mets? Why are they not winning these games? They don't hit with runners on. The guilty parties in this whole scenario are the guys at the top because they're not hitting. And then you have the role players that are not doing anything. And the only one, shout out to Brett the Hitman Beatty. And I think I came up with that nickname. If you saw that on Twitter, it was me. Anybody else just took that from me. But anyways, he's the only one that's been hitting. He's the only one that's
yeah,
been hitting. And shout out to him. But I mean, it sucks that nobody else has really been consistent. We haven't had anybody consistent, which has led to the Mets only being a game over 500 this month. In a month that you saw the Cardinals beat us, which made no sense. The Yankees, okay, fine. I mean, I think that we were on the wrong side maybe of one of those games, whatever. But Boston, going up to Boston and laying that egg, that didn't make any sense to me. So if there were two series that I thought we had in the bag, I thought at least it would be the Cardinals and Boston, and we lost those. But then on the reverse side, we beat the Cubs and we beat the Dodgers. Well, we'll talk about the Dodgers series in a sec. But yeah, so Top just put this graphic up. Look at these scores and tell me why we lost that 3-1 game. That was a game of nonstop. We had people on base, couldn't do nothing. We lost 2-0. That game was one of the worst, like in terms of just being awful to watch games. Like the Mets walked around like they were in like no man's land. And then the 5-1 win, they had to do that just to save face. But those first two games is almost like the Mets left the Bronx and had their wallet stolen and ended up in the Bronx and I mean in the Bronx in Boston and had no idea how they got there. And they said, "Oh, let's play a baseball game," and then they started playing with no heart at all. The Mets have no, and then that was also the series where we got the media calling out uh running and how he didn't run out or hustle or lack of hustle, how he didn't run out the box when he smacked the ball that he thought it was out, and everybody was like, "Whoa, he should have." Honestly, I can't blame him too much for that because if you don't play in Boston, you don't know. Like he hit that ball very hard. I could understand where he thought that was gone, and he's eventually stole the base anyway. But I think Soto does need to hustle a little bit more, especially with the ground balls that he's so accustomed to hitting now. Run out a little bit, man. You never know what's gonna happen. People could rush a throw, and you're getting paid too much money to just be like lack of hustle shouldn't be part of or associated with you. But yeah, disgusting series in Boston. I have nothing good to say about the
I
series at
mean,
all.
look at the series. Look at the score. Look at it real close. Both teams scored 6 runs in 3 games. It's unbelievable, bro.
Uh,
Disgusting.
the funny thing about because I do want to touch on the Brett Beatty thing. I'm glad you kind of pointed it out, AP.
Yeah.
Since he got called up, and I think it's worth talking about. So since we don't forget it, since he's got called up back to the majors, he has an average of 326, OPS of 1.053 with 5 home runs and 13 RBIs. This guy's on a mission right now to show the Mets right that he is their prominent third baseman. Funny enough, this is exactly what Mark Vientos was going through last year when Brett Beatty got sent down and Vientos stayed up here. It's funny. It's how they're both having a roles reverse at the same amount of time that they went through when they went through their hot streak. So I'm very happy for the kid because it was always people were giving up on him. I'm certainly one of them. I said, listen, if you're not gonna bring him, if he's not gonna be up here because of his inconsistencies and there's nothing for him to do down there because obviously he was Barry Bonds in AAA, trade him. See what you could get for him in a trade package. As of right now, he's an untouchable. And that's crazy to say, but he's earned every stripe. He's playing. I mean, if we all saw the defensive play he made today with his glove,
This guy
Jesus
is a
Christ!
wizard at third, bro.
Like he's proving right now. Like this, like Vientos is always about the bat, but he's a way better defender than Mark Vientos is at third base, and he's proven it. And right now, both sides of it, defensively and offensively, is working for him.
Yeah,
And he,
and
he
I
has,
think that that's a fact that people aren't touching on a lot. Vientos is not bringing anything to the table because he's not hitting, and his defense we all knew was suspect.
yeah,
So
man.
if we're going to get a Brett Beatty that is superior defensively in every way to Vientos, and a guy that's actually going to hit, that what role is Vientos other than the DH on this team? I honestly think the Mets are a better team with Beatty at third than with Vientos at third base.
Oh yeah, I mean
Defense,
Absolutely.
that's
our
just
defense is ass. Our
the,
defense is ass.
the best
Like,
team on paper, and I'm not talking about bat wise. I'm just talking about defensive wise. Defensive, uh, defensively is Acuna second, Beatty at third, and Vientos at DH, and Taylor up the middle as center.
Yeah.
Now I get it. These
We've,
guys
we've,
ain't
we've
hitting
made too
well.
many mental mistakes this year. We've made a lot of physical errors. It's costing us games when we're not scoring. Now, what is McNeil doing in center field?
Bro, the same thing I'm doing at home.
Nothing. No, but I will tell you, right, exactly. But I will say this. The only reason why I'm kind of shrugging my shoulders on it, it's two things. And it's kind of an asshole thing, and it's kind of I'll let Mendy slide. One, we all know Brandon Nimmo has not been the same since that foot injury. It just looks like he hasn't been running the same. Obviously, it hasn't been crazy to where they had to bench him, but the way he's been running, he looks completely different from the Brandon Nimmo that we were used to seeing at center field. I'm assuming that that's the reason why Brandon Nimmo cannot play center field. However, if he can, and Mendy knows this, and he's not doing it, I'm waiting for one fuck up from Jeff McNeil at center field, a game where he's just consistently bad, for Mendy to wake up and be like, you know what? Let me not. Let me just move away from this. I tried it. It doesn't look well. I'm done with it. Because at some point, it's like he's not providing you anything. And I understand you need to play him because he's still under his contract. He's still that vet. But he doesn't need to play the outfield. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Tyrone Taylor, yes, he's hitting the bat now. And then there are times where Tyrone will get cold. But at the end of the day, he hasn't shown anything off defensively. So why can't he still play every day defensively? I'll give you another example. Everybody remembers Juan Lagares. Could not hit a fastball for his life. But was he playing every day because of his center field defense? Absolutely. What difference? I don't understand where the difference is at. You don't need to play Jeff McNeil now in field every day. You're not playing Acuna every day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I need to know a legit reason as to why he keeps being out there. So I'm giving Mendy the benefit of the doubt until something happens to where if he notices and he does the right thing, and he finally moves Jeff McNeil out center field. If he doesn't make that move, then we got to start holding him accountable. As of right now, Jeff McNeil hasn't made any mess ups yet at center field. But again, he doesn't need to be there. He doesn't, because you're asking for something bad to happen to Jeff McNeil at center field for you to be like.
And I want to give a shout out to Pete Alonso. He's been making sure that our pitchers' hamstrings are stretched out. Every time he throws the ball, I'm waiting for a torn ACL because Jesus Christ, what are you doing? Like, you can't throw. You really can't throw. Like, do they not practice throwing, man? Like,
I forgot about that.
Jesus, he made us lose that game. He made us lose that game in Yankee Stadium. And then he decides to throw two ridiculous. Brazoban right now is sitting there icing his knee, still thinking like, "Yo, this idiot almost destroyed my life." Like, I just don't
my career.
understand. I'm like,
yeah. Hey, listen,
man.
Pete. This is not the first time that we've had to deal with Pete in that throw. Like, he just has an issue with tossing a fucking the ball to the pitcher that's running to cover first base. I don't understand what it is, man. I really don't. He's been having that issue for a really long time. It's been his problem since he became the official first baseman with the New York Mets. So I don't know, man. He still has that issue. You would think by now he would have had that covered. It's still a problem. I don't know. There's really nothing I can say about that. It was kind of stupid too, because it was nowhere near the catcher when he threw that ball to home. It was nowhere near. So Lucas Duda type.
He threw it to the stands. He threw it to, I think Spike Lee was there, and I think he was at the game. Spike Lee, and he just threw it.
I think he's trying to throw it to Patrick Ewing. Like, he's trying to throw an alley oop. I don't know what he's doing, but yeah, it's awful.
He's mid trials for the Knicks. I get it.
We gotta call it what it is.
He's been throwing better alleys than some of the Knicks players. But no, I digress. Go ahead.
Hey, we don't gotta talk about the Knicks right now.
The Mets defense has been a little shaky, man. Lindor been a little bit shaky.
Yo, what's up with Lindor this year too?
I don't know. He seems different. I don't know what it is, but
he's been trying to throw that ball from the outfield this whole year. He's dying to throw that ball from the outfield, and he hasn't been close. Like, it hasn't been close at all. He's trying to do that Derek Jeter jump hop thing, and it's not happening. Just stop. Just stop. Get you some New Balances that like maybe give you an inch or two, and just cut it out. Like I don't know.
The defense is just like
Yo,
we
bro,
said, Vientos is just
I
that
love, I
man.
love it. I
You
love
see how you
AP's
got? You see how
honesty.
the Boston told Devers to throw away his glove? I think they should tell Vientos to throw his glove. I think that's the
Nah,
guy.
they should tell Vientos to burn everything. Just burn everything and try
And you know
something new
what's
because
crazy about
nothing's working.
Vientos? That last year, you can. I wouldn't say he was like he was average last year, but it was more because he was hitting, so we dealt with it, and it wasn't like he was making those mistakes. But this time, it's like he digressed so bad that you could just see how bad he is. Like ball going through his glove, the ball hitting off his chest, the ball hitting off his head. He's doing the
His
globe
regression
ties.
is
Like
bad. His
I don't
regression is
know.
bad.
I don't know.
I
He's
don't
gonna
know
do.
if I could even call it a sophomore slump no more. I don't know what
So,
it is.
so what do you call it?
I don't even. I don't know what to call it. I want to call it "Get your shit together." Yo, you know what? I want to call it. You can't have your name can't be Swaggy V, and you're like swaggerless. Like you are swaggerless Vientos right now. Stop talking
Oh,
to
God.
the yo, and I need Sports Illustrated stop bringing these hoes to field because every time you do it, one of these idiots like wants to like follow them, and then they just turn to straight ass. Like it's like
Yo, bro.
you see
Oh, man.
a supermodel, and now all of a sudden they drain you of your powers. Like I
I
don't know.
mean, we seen it with Drew Smith, and now we see probably
Oh,
seeing it
my
with Vientos.
God.
Like,
Yo, bro, I just love how brutally honest AP has like no filter. Like it's great. This is great, man. I love it.
I don't get
Listen,
paid by nobody. This is just me.
listen.
Like nobody pays me for my
I'll tell you
opinion.
one
No,
thing. As of right now, it's working for Paul Skeens. All right, because his girls of Sports Illustrated, so it's
yeah,
working for
but
him at
see the
least.
difference is he got with her like when they were in school. Like get
That don't
yourself
mean
a girl
shit.
at the
That don't
university
mean that
level
don't mean
so
shit.
you
That don't mean.
guys are together, not like now I'm
Yo, yo,
Swaggy V.
yo,
Hey,
Vientos out here about to catch a case, dog, because you about to take AP's advice.
like I need him
Swaggerless
to.
V.
I need his swaggy defense. Swaggy defense.
All right, time out.
I like that one though. It makes
Time
sense. It
out.
makes sense.
We gotta edit
It makes
that
sense.
one.
Though.
Pause.
Yo,
Pause.
Chris, I know where you're going. I know where you're going. You just
I
forgot the
knew he
pause. I
was
knew where
going with it, but that's a pause. That's a mega pause.
there you go.
Oh,
He just got the name. He just got the name.
Man.
There we go. He just got the name.
Swaggy defense.
Yeah, my fault,
Swaggerless
Mark.
defense.
My fault,
Swaggerless
Mark.
defense.
Jesus
Holy
Christ,
crap.
dude. Yo,
Oh man, he's
hey, listen.
you know what Swaggy D's what he's trying to do to that hot model and he can't get her. Now let's go off to the Dodger series where we finally got our groove back.
I'll tell you one thing. If I had a nickel or if I had $1 for every person that probably counted us out of this damn series, I'd be rich. I'd be rich. I guarantee you, after us coming from back-to-back losses against the Yankees the way we did, and then losing with how putrid our offense was in that Boston series, I guarantee you nobody saw that coming. So, I put here beating the defending champs. Obviously, the Mets take 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. Game 1 was kind of disgusting. I mean, you had the rain delay, and then
Bro,
you found
that
yourself
was
down
the most
3-0.
frustrating game all year.
You find yourself down 3-0. Then you find yourself down 5-0. Then all of a sudden you scored 2, and then in the ninth, they did the unthinkable. They tied the game. But it was almost like the Mets said, you know what? We tied the game. That's all we need to do. They go into extra innings, about 3 innings within from the 10th inning to the 13th inning. They had runners in scoring position, and they could not get nothing. To a point where, if I am not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, fellas, but I forgot what inning it was that Luis Angel Acuna was up to bat, and he had runners on, and the first thing he did.
Back innings, bro.
We had that happen in the 10th, 11th, and 12th inning.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But with Acuna specifically, the first pitch
was 11th. That was the 11th inning.
I think it was the 11th. He had a 3-0 count.
And he fucking
3-0 count, and he swung at 3-1. A ball that was like by his shoelace.
It was like borderline. Like it could have gone either way, bro. He should have
It
taken it.
He should have taken it. It was no, it wasn't even. It was borderline, but it wasn't even near where
Well, at
in
that
the
point,
zone.
you 3-1. Like even if you go 3-2, the guy has thrown another strike down the middle, and he was all over the
Exactly.
place.
Exactly.
I
So
definitely don't. I was very annoyed that we couldn't. And well, it's just that
that
game
one,
was ridiculous because we really should have, like, that would have been one of the best comebacks we had all year, and then it went
yeah,
to nothing.
yeah, that one was frustrating. But then the Mets obviously probably got some motivation after losing that game. Coming game two, they score. They get two hits from Juan Soto, where Juan Soto actually hit a double that I thought was going out, but it came off the wall. They got two hits from Alonso, and they got two hits from Luis Torrens. Luis Torrens is still proving that he should be starting over Francisco Alvarez, but that's another conversation for another day. And then Brett Beatty continuing his hot streak. He went 3 for 3 with two singles and a double. So all in all, not only was that the Brett Beatty game, I gave Brett Beatty the player of the game for that game, but the Mets obviously woke up in that game. And then in game three, it really wasn't much, even though we were in the lead for the most part. We 2-run homer by Alonso after Shohei Ohtani hit a bomb in to lead off the first inning. Alonso comes in, hits a 2-run homer, and then that was pretty much it. We were in the lead with a 2-1 score, and then Juan Soto grounded out to into the fourth to score Lindor from home from third base to home, and to give us our third run, and that would pretty much be it. We would beat the Dodgers in game three by a score of 3-1, and we would take the
You
series.
know,
So fellas,
it must feel nice from a $700 million man to hit a home run.
yeah, yeah,
Oh my god!
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man!
yeah,
Well,
I
okay,
mean,
yeah.
you gotta
okay.
call it what it is, man. You gotta
Well,
call it
the
what it is, man.
our $700 million man also
We
helped
just
us.
hit grounders on this side, bro. We did.
Well,
Wait, wait, wait,
our
wait, wait,
seven
wait,
hundred
wait,
million dollar man
wait,
helped us
wait.
win one game in the series too, though. Thankfully, he showed up too. So
It's technically 800. Let's
okay.
add the. It's
Oh
technically
yes.
Well,
800.
with New
He's
York
the
inflation and
Yeah. I mean, I get it,
Yeah,
but
and but those
and I
extra
get it.
100 mil, those extra 100 mil is for grounders. That's what
Right.
we
But
do over here.
you
We
get it,
give the
Chris. You
infield the
get it.
grounder practice. We give them practice in the infield.
Right.
bueno,
Right. Hey, listen. At least we know where the contract is going. We know where
Yeah, it's
that
going to
contract
first and second base and the pitcher. Those three
is,
places.
or the other half is going to pop ups. So, like I said, it's being used for something, right? It's
no,
being used.
I'm not even gonna
Listen, I'm
sugarcoat
not
it.
even. I'm not gonna
Juan Soto has not delivered
listen. I
in
know
the
people don't want to criticize because they
An
want to.
ass.
We got a superstar. We can't.
He's
You got to call it what
been
it
he's
is.
ass.
The
Listen,
man is.
all
Yo,
this
as a guy that
He's
got a
been.
bunch of his stuff,
listen,
a
all this
bunch of
little
his
shit.
shirts and everything, as soon as he signed, I gotta tell you, he hasn't lived up so
He
far to
he's
the hype.
been he's been brutal.
All this
Brutal.
shit that they do at right
Wow,
field,
don't be brutal.
this shit that they're doing with the flag. You
Yeah.
see this? Bye. I don't
Oh,
want to see that no more. He hasn't done shit. He hasn't done shit yet. So everybody that wants to go to
hasn't done
right
it yet.
field and he hasn't done nothing yet to
No.
deserve that.
But let's remember
Let's
he
be real.
hasn't done it yet. He hasn't done it yet.
That's what I said.
Oh
He
no
hasn't
no
done
yeah.
nothing yet. He
We,
hasn't done shit yet.
I'm just talking what it is now.
Yeah,
I'm not.
right
Right.
now he hasn't
Listen.
really
Right.
Like I
killed it
said,
or anything. And I think that's
I know I have faith in the man he's gonna come out of this. But right now,
yeah,
I
right
gotta
now.
call it what it is. The man
Thank
stinks.
you.
It is
To
what
the
it is.
point where today, in the final game of the Chicago series, he was already getting booed. I don't know how you guys feel about that. So we could talk about that too. How you feel about Soto getting booed?
Chris, I'll let you take that.
Me, I'm the type that I don't boo. I don't. I'm frustrated. I get frustrated with people. With I call them they stink. I curse them out. Whatever. But I don't boo. I don't do the booing. But
I love my flag. I
it
don't mean to
comes.
throw it.
It comes with the territory, bro. You wanted to be. He came out on a podcast and said he was the best hitter in the world. Right. That's what he said.
He did.
It
He
comes.
did.
It
He
comes with
did.
the territory,
I will
bro.
find that clip. I will find that clip if
It
anybody
comes with
wants
the
to run it back.
territory. My man Aaron Judge got booed in the playoffs, bro. And he's an alien. He's the real Martian. He's the real dude. And he gets booed. So it's gonna come your way too. And it's the way you handle it from here on in. Like you can't be mad at the fan base. They're frustrated. Me, personally, I don't boo, but I am frustrated with the man because I
Right.
know he's much better than what he's doing. And the things he's doing is so unlike him. He's hitting weak ground balls to the pitcher and second base and first base. Like if I was the opposing pitcher, I mean the opposing batter, I mean yeah, team. Sorry, the whole opposing team. I'll tell everybody to come play second base and leave the whole because everybody plays second base because that's what he's hitting it. It's guaranteed he hits it to the pitcher, the
He
second base.
said just have defense at second base.
Like
This guy's
look at
enough.
today's game. Today's game's box score. Miguel Vargas. I mean Mario Vargas. I think that's no Miguel
Yeah,
Vargas' is his name.
I think it's Miguel. Yeah. Let me
Miguel
check it out
Vargas.
for you. I got you right now.
He called all Soto's outs. He just stood on first and called all Soto's outs. That's all he did, bro. Like they were playing catch with each other. That's what they did. So
You know, I do think that Soto is
he's
kind
like
of
in
like
between
hitting
pitches.
softball, like softer balls. Like I think he's sitting on breaking pitches, and that's why I think he's so late on fastballs. I think the approach this year has
Bro,
been
he's
I'm
like in
gonna
between. He just don't know what's coming.
yeah, I don't know. He's guessing a lot, which is weird. Like he used to. This is a guy that's been lauded for really knowing the strike zone and anticipating it a lot and making hard contact. And everything that we're seeing is just missing fastballs down the middle and making very little or light contact. So I don't know what's going on, but he's definitely off. Um, I don't know. I don't know what to make out of that. I think that like they're definitely throwing a lot of strikes at the beginning of accounts that he's kind of like if you notice the book has been out on him taking the first pitch strikes. So now they're just kind of playing with him
Well,
because now when
hey,
he swings first pitch, it's a
do
pop.
you guys remember that article that came out? Everybody made a big deal about that they're pitching me different because I don't have Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
let me tell you, they are pitching you different. They're throwing you strikes and you're not hitting it. That's the only difference they're doing. They're throwing you strikes.
All right.
Like you're not hitting it. That's on you, bro.
You're not.
Yeah, listen, I'm not somebody that I will never boo my players. I will never. I don't care who you are. You could be Daniel Vogelback. You could be fucking Barry Bond. I will never boo. But we are frustrated. Um, there have been Met fans that out here want to defend mediocrity right now, and I'm saying right now. I'm not saying he's mediocre. He's just playing
No,
mediocre
he's
right
worse
now.
than that right now.
He's
actually
worse than that. There's take the
right
countryman
now
out.
as we speak. He's
Right,
worse than
right.
mediocre.
We want to repeat that for the
Yeah,
ass shakers.
right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's but take the fandom out, take the countryman lover out, and look at the baseball player. Yes, it's early. I am a proponent of saying early baseball. Yes, he still got to get in the groove by June, but you got to hold him accountable. He is not performing right now. So it's okay to criticize him. You could still be on the train. It's okay. Like it's not gonna hurt your fandom card. It's not gonna. He's not gonna get mad. He probably understands himself. Yo, I'm frustrated. I'm not performing. There's something that I gotta fix. He probably knows that.
I got.
Motherfuckers don't got his phone number to call him and find that out.
I pulled up his numbers from the last. I pulled up his numbers from the last. Let's just do. If you go just 15 games, he's batting 130 with 0 home runs and 6 RBIs. Go the last week, the last 7 games, he's batting 074.
Tell you, it's worse than mediocre. It's worse than mediocre. It's worse.
074 is disgusting for a guy getting paid that much money.
It's bad, bro. It's bad. And again,
I don't know. There's no
and it's not just him. It's a lot of guys in that lineup that just look lost right now. And I don't mean to switch this into like a lineup conversation, but Jeremy Barnes and Eric Chavez need to have Steve Cohen and David Stearns need to call them into the office and have a conversation with them.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Top, because I wasn't watching the game, but I heard in the broadcast. I think Josh was letting me know that that Stearns was in the broadcast today, and basically Chavez had a team meeting talking about they got to be better with runners in scoring position. I'm like, now
really
2 months to come up with that meeting, like, so he knows he's on the hot seat. He knows he's on the hot seat, and
look at that.
And the thing about that I find so funny is that, like, now the Mets want to come out and trying to address it and fix it and everything and talk about it. Before they would like sugarcoat and like, yeah, we're hitting the ball hard, bad luck, this and that. But at some point, you
It's
can't call 2 months of this. Like, I understand a streak of a week or two that you go through these stretches, and and the Mets, they do get up base a lot. For a team that struggles so much for running the scoring position, they do get up base a lot. They just don't bring the guys in because as soon as the guys get on base, these guys go on some blank mode. Like, I don't know what it is. They just can't come through. And for Stearns to come out and talk about that now, he's feeling
he knows it. Yeah,
he sees that there has to be something going on here. So I don't know if Chavez will go soon or whatever, but I noticed one thing too about, and this has to do with Alvarez and Chavez. Remember, he changed his batting stance with the whole JD Davis and I mean JD Martinez and all that. He went back to his old batting stance. He stopped the leg kick and everything. What does that tell me? That he don't trust whatever they're telling him in the from the coaches. So he
now
went back
mind
to his
you,
old way.
he went back to his old ways, and his old ways wasn't helping
And he got a
at
hit.
this point.
He got a
And
hit.
he got a hit, and he got a hit. He's been hitting he's been making contact as of recent.
If you notice, he's hit the
Alvy that.
ball a little bit more harder now.
Right.
Because yesterday he hit a deep fly ball when he went back to his own stance.
Right.
So something is telling me like the coaches have to do something with all these guys. There's no way you're gonna tell me that all these guys are struggling at the same time. It just don't make sense, bro. It just don't make
Right.
sense.
Right. But Chris, this is what I've been calling out for the past 2 months. Me, myself, we've been having conversation. I've been saying, yo, y'all want to hold these players accountable for their approach. It starts with the number one guys that are there to coach them within their approach. The hitting coaches. It's on Barnes, it's on Chavez, whoever y'all want to put in that pedestal. What are they doing to have conversations with these guys to tell them what they're doing wrong? I need to know, because what is the point of having a hitting coach if you're not gonna fix these things, if you're not gonna get inside these guys' heads? So it's probably to a situation where they've had conversation with him, and Alves is trying it. He's like, yo, it's not working for me. So Alves is probably like, yo, fuck this shit. I'm gonna just go back to my regular batting stance. And listen, I'm making contact. Yeah, I'm not hitting bombs, but I work my way through that. I'm gonna work on it myself because y'all motherfuckers are not helping me. Again, it speaks
Listen,
volumes.
to be honest with you, I'll take the 210 hitting Alvy with 25 bombs any day of the week. I'll take that
Absolutely.
any day of the week.
Absolutely.
Right now, he's not hitting for average or power, so we're not doing nothing with him.
Right.
Absolutely. And then these frustrations boiled over into this White Sox series where we barely scraped by a crappy White Sox team winning 2-1 in the most boringest game of the year.
Oh, shout out to my cousins. We met up together. I saw top of the game. It was a nice walk off win, but very very frustrating.
Wow. It just frustration. The Mets won game 2, and then the Mets bats and pitching didn't do anything in that last game where it was moved up to 1 o'clock, and somehow I knew the Mets weren't going to do anything because they sleepwalked during the day. So Mets won the series against a terrible White Sox team, which they probably should have swept, but I guess you'll take 2 out of 3. But yeah, everything that you guys say about this Barnes and Chavez thing, I think it just needs to be blown up. I honestly think they need new voices in the room, and I'm really just kind of tired. I don't want to give them any more. They haven't helped any of the young hitters. Nobody on this team has gotten better because of them. Beatty actually became better when he left, went to Syracuse and came back. Alvarez has been garbage ever since he's been up. So I don't know what they're doing with any of the young hitters. I know the older hitters, you're probably not going to be able to tell them anything, but it just seems like nobody on this team knows what the hell they're doing and has any idea what to do with runners on base. The Mets are one of the I think they were third or fourth with runners on base in terms of OPS. There's just nothing positive about the Mets offense right now at all. Like we're basically just winning because our pitching is holding us together. But I'm not giving them, they don't deserve any mention right now. We went through our 1/3 of the season, and one of the things that was asked by SNY was what grade you would give the Mets Now that they've played a third of their season, they are on pace for 99 wins. I got to tell you, I think to me the Mets are maybe like a B because I just don't have any faith right now in that offense at all. And they're really like banking on this starting pitching being able to do this all year round, and that's a lot of pressure on the starting five that's only going about 5 innings. I need to see more offense, and they've got to figure out ways to manufacture runs, which they haven't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, sorry today. Canning was due for a stinker, and today was a stinker. I mean, it's not clearly all his fault. There was
Yeah.
bad defense behind
Errors.
it because
Yeah.
Mendy decided to have his best defensive alignment out there. I guess I don't know, but whatever. Um,
That's
the-
that's
the-
that's Chris, by the way, not trying to violate Mendy as much as he wants to for that,
no,
and
no.
which
I
he has
mean,
every right
I'm not trying to shit. I'm just saying, like, you can tell when games are going a certain way when you see the certain lineup and you see who's playing where, and you be like, oh, this game is gonna be one of those games. Like that's the way I
to.
looked
Right.
at it. Like especially what AP said when they moved it to 1 o'clock, you knew it was gonna be. Remember, these guys finished playing a game at 7 o'clock at night. What 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock? They get to the hotel. Then they gotta come back at the ballpark early enough because it's the early game. Like these guys. You know how
Yeah.
they work. These guys complain about the weather still. Like these guys are still complaining. Like, oh, don't worry till we wait till we get warm. Well, it's still cold in New York. Yeah,
This has been, I mean, not to shoot him any bail, right? But this has been one of the coldest and wettest
it is. It is.
Mays in New York. I mean, look at that Memorial Day weekend. That was, I don't even remember a cold Memorial Day weekend in my life. That was a cold
So
Memorial Day
That
weekend.
was that
I
was that
don't
was
know.
that was
I,
really,
I,
yeah.
I just they need a little bit more consistency with runners in scoring position. If this team can hit at least 250 with runners in scoring position, we'll be in a good spot. But right now we're hitting 120, like 150. It's disgusting. Like shout out to Keyshawn when he said this. He said it's sad that it's so predictable that what the Mets can do. Like you could predict what's gonna happen, and that's bad. When you could
Yeah.
predict what a team's gonna do, like we were walking to the stadium, me, Keith, and Keyshawn, and we predicted Adrian Heisler was gonna shove it on us. Of course he did. Of course. Like this man shoved.
I,
He was
I'm be
throwing
honest with you. I think
90.
everybody in the ballpark predicted that shit.
He was throwing 97. He didn't throw 97 with us. Like, where did that come from? Of course, he wants
Yeah.
to shove it in our face. But what do the Mets do? They lay down and let him do it. So it's like the Mets do a lot of things that's so predictable. I know people say, "Oh, Met fans are so pessimistic." No, it's because we know the writing on the wall. We've seen it day in and day out. Like it doesn't change.
It
Story
happens
doesn't
all the time.
change. Like the whole
Yep.
Juan Soto thing. Like we
Now,
saw this with Piazza. We saw this with Lindor. We saw this with
Beltron.
Beltron. Like it happens every year. The guy signs a big contract. They never live up to it the first year. We gotta wait a year till the guy gets comfortable, to read him a book, to put him to sleep, to read him a bedtime story, and then he wakes up. That's the way it is here, bro. Like
now, how are we gonna not score runs against the Rockies is the next question.
oh man.
I mean,
I'm
that's
gonna tell you
because
this. I don't think you should expect ever a sweep, but if there's ever a time where the Mets are gonna get their act together and
Oh,
sweep somebody, it has to be against the
I'm
Rockies.
sorry, AP. I just
can,
saw
can
this
y'all
pitching
can
matchup.
y'all pay attention to the
No,
ERA and
no,
the
wait. Let me see
record?
the first guy. Cal Friedman has a 0-7 record with a 5.86. This man's gonna shove it in our face. I
He's
swear to
going.
God,
He's going six, allowing 2 hits. I bet.
Oh,
I guarantee fucking
he's
you.
gonna
I
shove it in our
right.
guarantee he's gonna go 6 innings, allowing 2 hits and probably either one run or no runs at all. And then you see this guy right here,
You see his
Antonio
ERAs?
Salamatala, whatever the hell his last name is. You see that?
650, 8.7. Oh my God, man. This is
Yo, the Mets gotta
You see
beat
that,
these
right?
guys. They
You see
gotta
that,
beat
right?
these
One
guys.
and nine, 650, and then you see the Carson Keast, whatever the hell his last name is. It's 0-3 with an
yo, if the
8.78 ERA. I
if this
guarantee you,
listen,
dude, yo.
And
if
it's
this is
looking
a
like it's
time for
gonna
the
be
offense to
really
wake
bad
up,
weather, by the
this
way.
is the series for the offense to finally wake up. And
So
if they don't, if they barely with this, if they barely get through, bro, we have big,
All
Yeah.
big.
right, so I want to. This weekend, it's looking like Friday may not happen. It's already looking like they're talking about potential heavy rain Friday night.
Double header on Saturday.
Saturday is rain showers in the morning with scattered thunderstorms arriving in the afternoon. Saturday, rain showers early with clearing later at the night. Sunday's like the best day of the weekend.
So they
So
might double
it
header on
looks
Saturday.
like this might be one of those double header situations too. You can't make this up. So it's like to me, man, I would hope that they don't have a double header because it's hard to sweep those. But I just feel like this is one of those
Bro,
situations.
I
You just
mean,
gotta
I'm
take it.
sorry, AP. It's hard to sweep those, but look, I never go into a series and say sweep. Never do I.
I
But
never
this
No,
is
either.
the
this
one
this one you
series.
have to sweep.
Never either.
This is the one series.
Yeah.
This team is like 8-5, like 8-50. Like, what the hell are we talking about?
All right.
Like we need to.
Well,
Listen,
I hear you.
And I
I hear
get
you.
it. It's baseball. They beat they took one from the Yankees the other day, so it happens. But this is the one team that you need
listen.
to get your offense, at least get your offense right and ready for, because you going
I,
to LA after that.
Yeah.
That
listen,
we going to LA.
y'all my brothers, y'all my homies, y'all know that. I am not predicting a sweep in this fucking series. Every
Me
time
neither.
I open my
But this is
mouth
the
and I
one.
say a sweep, oh,
No,
it
I'm
goes
predicting.
absolutely
I'm
wrong.
demanding it. I'm writing it
Saying
down.
shit.
Sweep.
I ain't saying
Oh
You
shit.
got
man,
to get
you
that
setting
three
yourself
I'm
games.
a
not saying
failure. You
shit. You know
setting
what I'm
yourself
gonna
for
do?
disappointment, AP.
You
You
know
setting
what I'm
yourself
gonna do?
for
I'm gonna do
disappointment.
the roles. I'm gonna do the roles reverse. I'm gonna look at Kyle Freeland like he is the number one pitcher in the league. And every time they get a hit off this nigga, and they bring in runners in, I'm gonna cheer as if this nigga was a Jacob deGrom on a heater. Because every time I don't, and I underestimate a pitcher like that, oh, it just goes
I
completely
mean,
fucking
no, I
wrong.
get you. The
So
Mets always make these
I'm the
people
opposite.
like the worst, but I don't know.
Once I see those high ERAs, I always tell AP. Once I see those high ERAs, get ready. The Mets are about to get.
right is at my point. That's why I cheer for them. I cheer for the pitcher that's ass, so that the Mets can prove me wrong. Like, yo, he's ass. Because every time I'm expecting them to whoop a pitcher that sucks, it never
Look,
goes right. It
if you
never
look at the
goes right.
pitching matchup, the Mets have the edge by far.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have the
There's no
edge,
reason why we shouldn't sweep them.
but it's like
It's
AP
just
said, bro. And it's so crazy to say this. Like, we didn't think we would ever say this with the lineup, projected and everything. The way that
We're
that
just
we're
not
so
it.
scared of the offense. I am so scared of this offense, bro. Like, when I see a leadoff double, I'm scared that the man's gonna stay on second.
and that never
Like, I'm
goes
not even
right.
scared. I guarantee he's gonna stay on second. Like, prove me wrong. Like,
Yeah.
that's where the Mets are at right now, and
Yeah.
it's sad. It's sad.
Well,
Yeah.
shout out to OKC, who looks like they're going to the finals. Must be nice, a team that
Well, hey, look, this
handles
guy's
their business.
from Left Rack City. Shout out to Left Rack City.
All right, well,
Oh yeah, facts. Facts.
must
What's
be
his name?
nice. Must be
What's
nice.
his name? S,
Team handling their business. Shout out
what's
to
his
you guys.
name? S what?
SGA.
SBA, he's
Yeah,
from Left Rack.
he's from Left Rack. He's
All
from
right,
Left Rack.
Shea Gilgis Alexander.
shout out to you. It would have been nice to see you in the finals, but whatever. Anyways, shout out to Met
You
fans
can see,
everywhere.
you will see them in the finals. AP. There's a game called NBA 2K that you play it, and if you win with the Knicks, there you could go to the finals.
All right. On that note, it's been real. I'm out of here. Chris is a
Yo,
comedian.
man.
I'm
Oh,
out. I'm good. Goodbye. Peace out.
Shout out to the viewers, man. Shout out to Mets Nation. Shout out to everybody tuning in and always supporting Seven Express Live.
The
We
only way we're
appreciate
getting the Knicks
y'all,
in the
man.
finals. Bro. All right.
Listen, man.
Hey, prove me wrong.
If y'all want to save it, if y'all want to
Hold
save
on, you
your
bum. Show up and take it. Knicks in 7. It might be Knicks in 8 or 10 or something. I don't know.
bro, AP's gonna go. You know what you need, bro. You need a vacation by yourself. No wifey, no kids, no nothing.
I need
No.
an exorcism is what I need.
AP,
Get these
AP
demons off me.
needs to go.
Get these damn demons off me. I'm leaving. I'm turning the camera off. I'm not waiting no more. Peace out.
Yeah, oh man, yo, Chris, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate
No
everybody
problem.
tuning in, man. Yo, hopefully they wake up on Friday and they just the Mets just take care of business. Please, please, don't have us on a frustrating week, man. I already got the Knicks to deal with. My gray hairs are coming in early. I'm not even in my 30s yet.
I want to mention Waddle. Expect no he pitched. I gotta give it to him. He pitched solid. He can only do so much, but he's gonna get sent down. And AP's guys coming up, Blackburn.
Oh god.
El Blacky. My guy.
He's a 6-man rotation.
So I get all this news on top of Knicks game 5.
Great news every day. Yo, great news after great news after great news. That's the way.
Right. That is the best news you heard all week.
Peace out, everybody. It's been real. Shout out.
Yo, Chris ain't shit for that. Chris is not shit for that. Yo, look at that, bro. Chris knew what he was doing.
Oh, man.
Yo, appreciate you, Chris. Appreciate everybody tuning in and watching, man. This is another series recap video, man. We will be coming to you guys with more videos and more lives on the way soon as we get everything situated. We'll be on lives as well, man. So stay tuned with that.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, AP's just he's messing with his ventilator right now. He's checking his blood pressure right now. But with that being said, man, it's your guy Dave from Top Bunk Sports. It's AP, it's Chris, man. Without them, it wouldn't be possible. So shout out to them. Make sure you guys follow them on social media, man. Until then, we'll check you guys in another video. Peace.
This is SNY's Gary Cohen, and this train ride is over. This is the last stop on the train. Please exit onto the platform. Thank you for riding with us.